In 1913, Thomas Edison had a plan that had nothing to do with light bulbs or batteries. He wanted to pour an entire house out of concrete. Not the foundation, not the walls, the whole structure, floors, stairs, even the bathtub, all cast from a single mold in a matter of days. And buried inside that plan was something even more radical: homes built for factory workers that were designed to run independent of the era's unreliable, patchwork electrical grid. Welcome back to In the Beginning. Today we're looking at one of Edison's least talked about projects, and it connects directly to something we covered in an earlier video on his nickel-iron battery. Once you see what he was actually trying to build here, I want to point you toward the Off-Grid Solar Power Bible, because it lays out exactly how to build your own version of that independence today. Link is in the description. So let's go back to 1908, when Edison first patented his poured concrete house system. The idea came out of a real problem. Industrial towns were growing fast, and factory owners needed housing for workers quickly, cheaply, and durably. Edison's solution was to build an enormous cast iron mold, pour an entire building's worth of concrete into it in one continuous process, and produce a house in about 6 days that would theoretically last centuries. He wasn't just solving a housing shortage. Edison specifically designed these homes with self-contained systems in mind, concrete construction that held heat and cold far more efficiently than the wood frame housing of the era, reducing dependence on constant heating fuel, and early wiring designed to pair with his own nickel-iron battery systems for lighting that didn't rely entirely on the spotty municipal grids reaching working-class neighborhoods at the time. Remember, in 1913, electrical infrastructure was inconsistent at best. Many factory towns had unreliable service, frequent outages, and homes that were essentially at the mercy of whatever utility happened to serve that town. Edison's concrete housing project was, in part, an attempt to build homes that didn't need to depend heavily on that fragile system. A handful of these houses were actually built, most famously in Union Township, New Jersey, where a small group of Edison concrete homes still stands today over a century later. Residents have reported the concrete structure holds temperature remarkably well, requiring less heating and cooling than comparable wood frame homes built decades after them. So why didn't this become the standard? Partly cost. The molds were enormously expensive to produce, and each one could only be reused so many times before wearing out. Partly logistics. Pouring an entire house in one continuous concrete pour required precision that most construction crews at the time weren't equipped for. And partly the same economic pattern we've talked about before on this channel: an entire construction industry, lumber suppliers, wood frame builders, and everyone downstream of them had every incentive to keep building the way they already knew how. A house built once to last 200 years is not repeat business for anyone in that supply chain. So the project quietly faded, remembered mostly as a historical curiosity, while the handful of homes that were actually built kept standing, decade after decade, as quiet proof that the idea worked. Here's what's worth pulling out of this story today. Edison wasn't just experimenting with concrete for its own sake. He was thinking about a home as a self-contained system, structure that reduces your energy needs before you even generate a single watt, paired with a power source that doesn't depend on outside infrastructure. That's the exact same logic behind a well-designed off-grid solar setup today. It's not just about slapping panels on a roof. It's about reducing your actual energy demand first, then building generation and storage size to match that reduced demand, the same principle Edison was reaching for with concrete walls and his own battery system, just using better materials than were available in 1913. This is exactly what the Off-Grid Solar Power Bible walks you through, not just panel installation but building a home energy system that actually matches how much power your home really needs, so you're not overpaying for oversized equipment or underpowering a system that leaves you short. If you want to build your own version of the independence Edison was reaching for over 100 years ago, that guide is where to start, and the link is in the description. Those concrete homes in New Jersey are still standing because someone built them to last long after the incentives to keep replacing things had passed them by. That same mindset, build it once, build it to actually work, is available to anyone paying attention today. If this one surprised you, share it with someone who'd appreciate knowing where Edison's real legacy actually goes beyond the light bulb. Like the video, subscribe to In the Beginning, and I'll see you in the next one.